Hello, GMAN 4C. I hate my life. This is your recap for game week 9. So let me explain why this is very fast. Me and Raynor have been sitting here for an hour. At one point, I have like a microphone trouble, so I have to cut off the recording. Cut off the recording, unplug my mic, plug it back in, etc. So okay, we're gonna do 40 more minutes. Piece it all together at the end. Turns out, OBS stops recording sound because of that, because I unplugged my microphone. So we have 40 minutes of us saying fucking nothing on record, which is sad because it was a really funny recap. Again, this keeps happening. So instead, what we're going to do now, because we're both know that bedtime's imminent, I've got a beer I need to drink, is we're going to do a speed cap, which is we're going to cover your games really, really fast. Firstly, 0-0. Rainbow Orcs, Freys. I haven't even let Brainall speak. We'd like to say something.
I was just talking about. It's fine. Let's focus on getting through this extremely quickly. 0-0. Rainbow Freys. It's a 0-0. There was 120 blocks. Not a lot to say about it.
Yep. Both teams could stomach an injury or two. Well done to both of them. A normal bash result. I guess they'd also be more happy because they haven't put a loss under their belt. Next game, big shock, 2-0 to Yopen Craft Beers over Thermonuclear Palm. Well, you do have removal skills on the Chaos team, so that can happen, but actually they got out-removed by the Chorfs. It was just a case of Yopen Craft are playing pretty good, and I guess one or two bad breaks for the Chorfs.
Big result, yeah. Paid for it in blood, but great win, great positioning. Love to see it. Huge upset.
Fucking solid. 2-1 to Block You Like a Hurricane against Alfheim Artists. Alfheim Artists and Darkwalker are our first confirmed reroll of the next season. Oh, shame.
I don't know why I'm doing that. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean... So, the reason why is Alfheim Artists say, or Darkwalker rather, said that, there's not enough doubles in the team. So, I guess it's also off, the long season where it's, Dark hasn't really worked out, kind of boring. Maybe, so we want to try something new.
Sandro Botticelli died. That's,
We did also point out that actually he's lying because technically he has one double on the guard guy. So
look at Rembrandt. Look at that. Yeah. Let's focus on this. You lied to us, Darkquark. You said you had no doubles. You betrayed our trust.
So as long as you reroll into Underworld, then we'll all be forgiven.
4 pros.
Next game: Show God Elf Storage versus Caredi Crusaders. 4-1. This was a game that we got the report from our favorite player, Carl Jaeger.
You can just paste that into the description.
Yes. But
this was a really cool game though, and he was really nice about.
Yeah, I'll read a nice bit about what he said. He said he thinks that you can see the mindset behind the keyboard. So although he was fairly new, if he's new now and does so many things right, he'll be a great player someday as well, because he's already doing things that are right. So he's got natural talent. Hopes he practices and watches some games. He could also get a mentor maybe from the mentor thing from the REBBL Rookie Leagues or whatever it is. He believes that in a short amount of time he could be a truly great coach. Yay!
And we agree.
I agree.
We love to hear it. A bit of camaraderie.
It was a lot of ball stealing from the old Show God Elf Storage. We love to see it. Good stuff.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Next game.
3-1 for Wolfbark versus Krepslim's Legion Dead Metal. Wolfbark showing that even after the removal of his natural one-turner from his team and also one of his blitzers dying, still a force to be reckoned with. He knows how to play, and he knows how to play with slightly limited resources.
It's just he just wins all his games 3-1 or better.
Yeah, great coach. Now the next two games.
Bad luck for Krep as well.
No, of course. Well, yeah, Krepslim has been a bit of a hard season. We know he'll turn it around at some point, but
we're rooting for him a lot. Let him know that.
We love you, Kreps. Next two games are all weird ones because the GMAN ones to concede for some reason. No dice rolled at all. Well, I don't know if it was edited or whatever it was. Might be an admin win. Where now I think about it, it could be an admin win where it's because one didn't make the effort at all to schedule their game. It's just a normal.
Right. So could be giving the credit away like that. It's a mystery. We're not quite sure. Whereas Alligator Radar, no more.
Well, then again, yeah, Alligator Radar now replaced entirely. But Alligator Radar also, this is a weird one because look at the SPP on Alligator on the DS2 Dragons. They also got 2 MVPs and 2 touchdowns. While the in this
They got
game
one
versus
touchdown, didn't they?
in
Two
this game
MVP, one
versus Dusseldorf Rainfire, there was just the 2 MVPs.
And then so it's even though it's listed as 2-0, there was no touchdown.
That
There's
seems like a bit of an
different
admin F up potentially.
Yeah. So
Hindus
it's a
do your job.
mystery. We need a detective, a 4C detective, to investigate that.
Precisely. Now, we'll say look at the teams, but that kind of cuts into our time. I think
There wasn't actually anything super exciting, was there?
No, like Carl Jaeger's team has now like got a lot of money. Krypton's team has like an MMG on.
Everyone's got a lot of money, actually, don't they?
Yeah.
That was the spend your money, guys. You only live once.
Precisely. Krypton has like a Dodge Flash Golem. Jaeger has like now 11 players finally. Rimbo has nothing.
Wrestler and a Fowler, and he leveled up his new Blitzer. He got a Mighty Blow, I think, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Krypton has
did anyone
piling
else
on
get
the guy.
anything?
Yeah, he's piling on.
Oh yes,
him.
Trevor got piling on. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a solid choice. Love to see it. That's about. Project Angel picked up tackle on a Pestigore. Little block tackle guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, I think.
Wow. This is going to be really short,
Sandro
so we can slow down a bit now, just for the predictions.
I'm out of breath. I think I have to have a lie down.
I'm lightheaded. I'm trying to drink my Budweiser as I'm doing this as well, so this is... Woo.
You are chugging. How's chug?
I'm chugging, yeah, I am chugging, man. The amount of people like recently who have been like who see my name and get like really like giddy, it's been amazing. Like I'm Chug Mammoth on the NAF leaderboards as well, so when I do like tabletop tournaments in real life, if I kind of like runner up, there's a guy called Chug Mammoth, and in the London area, I'm like one of the higher ranked players in the entire like competition circuit they're running right now.
So real people have to say your name out loud in real life.
Yeah, and then like I'm also in a tabletop league, and they invited me like, oh yes, your name was like sort of banned about as like someone who might be able to play some tournaments. So I was like, oh yeah, put me in that chat. And they're like, oh yeah, hi, yeah, glad you can join us. Yeah, you're a pretty good coach in the league. Thought you might be interested in some tournaments. I'm like, yeah, I am. As long as you're okay of having NAF name Chug Mammoth like next to your wins or your losses. And someone responded with, oh, that's who's called that. Oh, we found out who's called Chug Mammoth now. I'm like, yeah. It's me.
Talking of your name, should we point it out for the listeners that in the original version of this recap, you just managed to say your name.
I actually think
That's the real reason you've cut it up, I think.
I was telling a story about like my friend saying something really like bizarre, which was like, it obviously takes like context, but what my friend said was, is it okay to find certain races hot?
Just launching into this anecdote after.
And I just blatantly just like outed my own like first name, which isn't a big deal, but like.
It was second name as well, and some of your postcode, I think.
Yeah, my sexual orientation, my ethnicity, my national insurance number, the back numbers on my credit card, and also my next of kin and their phone numbers.
But it was a bit of a blunder.
Yeah, I refused to also edit that because I was so stubborn about like not editing the video any more
Let's
beyond
just
what
the
I had
whole
to do.
recap and say it happened in OBS.
Yeah, and now we move on to firstly leaderboards. As you can see, Wolfbark is top. Norse and Kemri are following them, but then there's a real fight for.
There's a little chasing pack of 3 there.
Yeah, Carl Jaeger and Calcium also really in it, but the Dark Elves with Siggy Kniggy. I do not want to do this fucking recap again, so I'm not saying his name without the kn, because I'm almost certain I will say something racist, and almost certainly will be like, we should cut that out. And I'll be like,
and
no.
he's got a bye week next, hasn't he? So he's guaranteed to pop up to 20 points.
Yeah,
it's exciting up at the top.
So let's look at this schedule now of predictions.
Let's check out. Let's do some predictions. Let's do different predictions this time. That's not doing.
Yeah, okay. So Rowan Orc wins a billion nil.
That's definitely quite different to what it was last time.
Wolfbark's Mischief loses a billion, and his entire team die, and then he dies in real life.
That's a mean prediction, man.
It's not me. I don't want Wolfbark to die. I'm just saying.
It's just what I believe will definitely happen.
And you know what? We almost had another like severe technical issue there.
Oh no.
Because I also
Did you-
accidentally hit one of my side mouse buttons and it started streaming me.
So if
Wow,
there are
this
1
is
second
such a
from-
well-rounded game.
Make sure we're still recording. As
We are recording. We're recording. I can see we're recording.
Fantastic. Let's do our actual predictions. What do we see?
So we did
Craft
say
Beers Rimbo.
we did say with the opens, craft beers, and Rorimbo that it was probably going to be like a 1-1. You do have
Oh yeah,
Claw,
slight
Mighty
shade
Blow.
for Craft Beers. I think he's on the up after that huge scalp that he just claimed.
Precisely, yeah. Like you do have Mighty Blow and Claw on the
And yeah, orcs
Chaos
don't
team.
like getting clawed, do they?
Yeah, and you know you have a few things like the you do have a tackle thing, I believe, for the blodge stuff that the Rorimbo orcs have. I do think it's going to be like a 1-0. I don't think a 1-1 rather. I don't think I could see one team edging it really, unless one team has a real collapse in their
Closely
batting potential.
balanced, unless some freaky dice happen.
Precisely, yeah. Next is going to be Freysgard versus Alpha Martis. I think you and I both agreed that's a game where the artist will be absolutely smashed due to the amount of removal and kill skills that you'll see on this Norse team.
It could be forced to reroll, even if he doesn't want to, with the horrible pummeling coming his way.
Precisely. So I said like 2-1 or 3-1 to the Norse.
Yeah. And then we have the game of the round.
Yep, Dominic Lepon versus Sugar Elf Storage, both looking to get a real leg up over one another to secure some better spots than like the Challenger Cup spots and all that.
The third place trophy.
And my prediction was Sugar Elf Storage, I think. Although
I believe you said 3-1, and that you hate calcium in real life.
yeah, a Graham Norton looking ass bitch is what I believe I said in the recap before it got
That's
deleted.
what I've got written down here in my notes.
Yes, yeah. We also said that McNaughton is the best, and for calcium to do one is.
Oh man, I like do one material. God damn.
Yeah, we
So
lost
much good stuff.
We lost so
Uh-huh.
much good in the material. We had like the 7-minute closing comment was like stunningly good. But hey, at least it means that
probably
I've
gonna
like
be voted the best recap ever. I think.
yeah. I mean, at least it's like stopped me from telling the story about my racist boss today, which probably would actually like after saying my name. Oh yeah, after saying my name, I think that would bit me in the
Well, doxing yourself and slagging off your boss at the same time.
I don't do myself any favors.
That was a winner. All right.
Yeah, but I think that obviously it can swing either way. Depends on removals. The amount of dirty player is terrifying for that elf team. I really could see like Calcium just punishing the elves entirely really hard.
But
At the
yeah,
same time,
he's just got a real ability to always score several touchdowns. Which
Yeah.
is hard for his opponents to deal with.
so I will say that I'm going to back the elf storage in this case.
Me too.
Brill. Next game. Block You Like a Hurricane versus Legion of Dead Metal. We both said, or we both kind of agreed, that Khemri has slightly better at controlling the pitch. He has some Mighty Blow, he has some guard. Although obviously things can go wrong in terms of like pickup as always. Both have lots of bodies. There's not going to be a clear like bodies advantage. It just depends on what team can do what when.
It's going to be that strength mighty blow advantage. I mean, Blocky Like a Hurricane are just marching up the board. Everything's going well for them. I can't do anything except back them here, I think.
I can definitely see this being like a 2-1.
Me too.
It's real. Curry Crusaders versus GMAN's Malama. It's a bit of a weird game because it's like is it going to be a game after that admin result? I don't think Rattlesnake has like quit the league, but you know.
We hope he hasn't, but yeah, there's a question mark here. But I think if it does take place, we agreed that this has got draw written all over it.
Yes, definitely. Like, although you have Clawed Mighty Blow on a Warrior for the Nurgle team, it's just one. It's not that. It doesn't have piling on even, so it's not like he is relying on being a bit lucky still. And the orcs are naturally like stronger due to the skills they start out with. I think.
Yeah,
really,
but yeah, they're both fairly new, and I think it's just quite evenly matched, isn't it? Really.
yeah. So I would say probably 1-1.
Yeah, I think that's a great prediction, incredible prediction.
Wow, thank you.
What a true seer.
Wow, thank you. I appreciate it very much so.
And the last actual real game.
Our next game is Wolfbark versus the Astuka Dragons, which is I think that the Gable team has more to it than the High Elf team due to development and all that. Wolfbark's a great coach, even though Ricky Tyron isn't too shabby of a coach himself. But I do think that it could very well be a case of Wolfbark winning. Or normally in these games, I'd say it depends on which one of the Edge teams fails at like critical actions first. I do think that Wolfbark has the natural advantage, and you pointed out in the ELO thing that it's pretty one-sided.
I think this is District Dragons been given I think a 14.7% chance to win, which is the lowest I've seen at all. So yeah, that would be even more impressive than Craft Beers beating Thermonuclear Palm, which is something to go for, but it does also indicate that pretty big mountain for him to climb to get a result here.
Yeah.
I'll probably see a high scoring win for Wolfbark. I'd say got at least 2 touchdowns on either side. Maybe 6, 7 touchdowns in total. Who knows? Just go crazy. Probably not that many, but you never know.
That's what I'm feeling. And of course, this is now a bye week due to Darkusul unfortunately dropping out of the league. We wish him all the best going forward in the future.
Future endeavours, yeah, absolutely.
I now, this is technically the end of the recap. I feel like there's a few things we could talk about. Obviously, I'd like to turn this into like 10 minutes of me just chatting shit and like all the things everyone missed out from the recap, like corrupting. We can. They're missing out on me doing the voice of that European guy from GMAN.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing to have missing. That accent was.
Well, yeah, I did a very
very
great Italian accent of someone being like, "Fuck your mother, I dare you kills me, all of my players die, and it's a game of stupid." Well, now you've gotten that.
It turns out this guy's like your best pal secretly. Anyway, you're forced to hang out with him all the time, even though he hates you.
Oh yeah, that guy. You just we're talking about like how there's a lot of people who are conceding, and we really do hope that the situation foresee is that we had 2 teams lost. We weren't quite sure if like the situation with Snick is just like for a single game week or it's like an ongoing thing. We hope not. Because that just like really kills the division for a lot of people.
Yeah, and he's a lovely guy. We'd like to keep him around.
Precisely. So we couldn't tell that concede thing was like he conceded out the game, or it was just like, oh, you couldn't make it, so whatever. Because like I don't know, like I know it's last season. There's a lot of people who were like just dropping out, which is really annoying, really sad. Including that.
The winter, people are getting depressed.
Yeah, winter, seasonal affective disorder. Everyone's like listening to the Smiths and getting really like sad and angry that they're getting diced. I rolled a 1. Oh no, it's time to listen to Weezer.
Oh, missed all that Weezer material.
And they missed me. This is like honestly like it just reminds me of like when I sometimes watch a comedy pod or not watch, I guess, like listen to a comedy podcast. And they're like, oh man, we had an episode that was really good, but then like we lost the episode or whatever. And that was such a good episode. And now it's really shit.
It's our best ever episode, the best ever recap ever done on REBBL. It was.
I mean, like if you're the kind of person who's like, I just want to see what the team and what the results were and like what the very basic rundown is. This is okay.
This does a job. It's perfunctory.
Well, the big issue I guess with this current recap is that people didn't get to see all the teams and like take into like suck in like all the M&Gs and all that. Which I think is like a big reason why people watch this. Also, they like get comments on their teams and what they can do to improve.
The main role. We may have failed to do the main job of this recap this week, but
yeah, we're putting out time, and like if this is like 20 minutes long, which is what it will be. I can put that out today without having to like wait around for like more than like 5 minutes.
People can listen to it on their commute tomorrow and be like, "This is much worse than I wanted it to be." Fantastic.
Yeah. I hope you fucking like live in just a walkable distance to your workplace, or you can like whack this on the London Bridge, like a train to London Bridge, where it's like 60 minutes to get there. Otherwise, you're pretty fucked. Imagine
it's
like
very London-centric.
Imagine
16 minutes. There's some knowledge there. Can't relate to this.
Imagine if like some poor bastard's like, I'm gonna go up and watch this on my commute or listen to this on my commute. He gets stopped by like Extinction Rebellion, and he's like on this train for like 2 hours as like bobbies are coming in just beating the shit out of like these environmental activists, and like. Well, at least I can tide over by watching my favourite recappers talk for an hour, and then like they just see it's 20 minutes long. And like, no.
Why they do this to me? We'll just play like 40 minutes of like jungle noises afterwards.
Yeah, Muzak and jungle noises. Yeah, why
It's very
not?
soothing.
I mean, I honestly, like, I'm just using this recap business as like a jumping off point for my comedy podcast where we talk about how our boss is racist and
How we love Joseph Stalin.
then I do racist accents. Yeah, boy.
It's a very racist podcast, but that's what people want to hear.
They do.
We're enslaved to the market.
They do. But anyway, I do think that maybe we should just, like, there's not much Blood Bowl to talk about, because we did do the speed cap thing. We apologise that it's, like, short this week. As we say, like, we've been sitting here for an hour and a half.
Yeah, for us it's been long, so yeah, we're very sorry, we've got nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
we did talk about all your teams.
What I could have said was like, oh, the recap is fucked, and not told you, and just not released it. But hey,
we put in the extra mile.
You got your
sat down
20
for this
minutes.
Incredibly informative speed cap.
If you're sad about that, you're like, oh, 20 minutes long. Fuck you, dude. We're the bad dudes of recapping. I don't give a
With
fuck.
the rebels. Oh.
Very good. Love that.
Thanks.
Also,
I
everyone saw me like just like absent-mindedly start clicking through my menus and like looking at my own team. So brilliant. It's such a clusterfuck. Yeah.
I'm tabbed out. I'll admit. So that's fair enough. I'm glad my screen's not coming through the.
I just want to show everyone what a real man's team for masculine men looks like. And look at my Underworld team, by the way.
This is we're talking about Dark Quark. He's re-rolling.
You can re-roll into this.
Re-roll into Underworld or Pro Elves, or just do one, mate.
Yeah, look at my fucking blodged 2 hands, 2 heads, kickoff return thrower, or my tackle block mighty blow thrower.
This is good because we might not have looked through their teams. We have looked through your team.
My team. Should we go and look at your sit-down boys? Should we go look at your team as well?
My boys, yeah. Let's check out Lord Fluoride. Everyone loves to see him.
What are you 4D?
I'm 4A.
Ah, 4A. Okay. Everyone's gonna be so fucking angry. I was gonna be like,
can
what
you
the
edit
fuck?
the thing so it looks like I'm first in my division as well?
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I'm doing that right now, actually. I'm putting up like a sort of a thing. Let's see.
Just hold your hand over the guys above me.
Why have teams left your competition? What?
Yeah, we've had a couple of drops here and
shit. Oh, 2,000 TV. Wow.
Look at the size of these
Oh
boys.
my god! Look at all these busts as well.
I'm inspired by Wolfbark. I thought let's just keep all my battered linemen instead of recycling them.
Oh,
So
these are some good. Oh, 6 edge thrower that also has like. That literally to no effect. It doesn't do anything, but he also has strong arm. That's
You've
brilliant.
got strong as well, just so you can long bomb on 2s.
Also, the cheeky second throw that you've put kick on for some reason.
I was putting kick on linemen and they always died, so I thought let's put kick on a thrower. Maybe somehow that'll. I mean, he's moving busted.
he's like, I want a linesman that's 10 more K for just pass.
It's a bit more. I'll treat him a bit better if he's a bit more expensive.
Oh, Vladimir Cosmos is really good. I do like the Mighty Blow, Blodge, sidestep tackle guy. That's good. Oh,
he was nice.
Strength up.
Annoyingly, he's been armored down a couple of games ago, but yeah, that's going all right.
Oh god, another movement out catcher. You have 2 movement out catchers. Strength up, Blitzer. Oh, Maroon. Oh,
yeah. In the hands of a good coach, I think this would actually be a pretty good team. Sadly,
I still think this team would like fall apart in the wrong kind of matchups. To be fair, like even if you're like not doing. You're doing pretty good this season, I think. Though, like you're doing.
I'm doing all right, but I've had the games I've lost. I've like lost massively and spent 15 turns running away like a baby. And the games I've won, I've like just squeaked it with massive luck. So yeah, it's a fine balance thing.
Wow, and you're a nice 4th. You can still make. Well, as Kislev's doing really well. I guess it's because it's 2,000.
Yeah.
Kislev.
Slag them off. What a horrible bunch of guys. They annihilated me. I'm still annoyed about it.
Yeah, well, you live and you learn. But anyway, this has been a terrible week. We've literally spent 4 minutes just like looking at our own team.
Let's do it really fast, and then let's just talk about our own teams for 8 minutes.
This is amazing. I just can't wait. I just can't wait to see what people say. I'm starting to do this now because it's like an elaborate troll and performance piece.
Let's just keep going. Let's just start watching something on Netflix.
Okay, yeah. Has anyone seen In Bruges? Very good.
Oh, it
Really
is.
good movie. Colin Firth and
Brendan Gleeson.
yeah, Brendan Gleeson.
Colin,
Yeah.
Colin Farrell, isn't it? Not Colin Firth.
Yeah, oh yeah,
No, much
Colin
the
Farrell.
cooler
Yeah, no,
Colin.
yeah. The actual Irish one. Well, they both Irish. I don't know.
And
That scene.
Ray Fiennes, isn't it? Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he's in that. He's in that. Yeah. What's really great about that movie is definitely when they like do the cocaine with the midget, who's like a racist.
Talk about the race war.
Yeah.
You should watch this film, guys. It is genuinely.
It's good.
Very
Yeah, I really
great.
enjoyed it actually. I really did enjoy it. But anyway, that's the recap. I hope you enjoyed. I say.
Sorry, it's a little bit shorter and a lot worse than normal. But that
Oh
was-
god, honestly, it kind of brings me joy. I'm kind of like the mall Santa who like kicks kids or like tells them that Santa
He's
isn't real at
just
this
smoking
point.
the whole time.
It just brings me joy.
I think it's on brand for us, isn't it? Really, just to
Yeah. pretty much.
turn this recap out. I'm very happy with it.
Next week, I'm gonna stop receiving Carl Yeager reports. I'm like, what? Why, Carl? And he's like, is recapping a joke to you? I put in so much effort, and you guys are just like
We didn't
dicking
even
about
make
looking your own
this
teams.
recap. We did originally. It was a long recap. We had the whole thing of the game. He scored a. I'm pretty sure he scored a one-time touchdown. And they didn't mention it as recap. He's too like modest.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But that's his second time he's had a little quick snap at 110. Very nice for him there.
Yeah, so Carl Yeager,
Thanks
please
for the
keep
recap.
giving us
We'd love the
reports. You
recap,
do our
yeah.
job. You do our jobs for us. But until then, we'll see you soon.
Everyone else
Next,
email us too. Let us know how much you like this recap more than the other ones.
yeah, next week will be an hour, but it'll be just be all
We'll
of
do a big
this.
bumper one next week. Yeah.
Just be all chat shit for 40 minutes, rather
We'll
than
go
4
through every
minutes.
player on every team individually and review their careers.
God, they would like that, wouldn't they? They would like that. Anyway,
I'm willing to do this.
well, okay, we'll sit down next. Oh, well,
Okay.
you know, I make that
I'm
promise.
just doing my own.
What I promise to do is break the recording 5 times next week and then give up, rather than what we did this time, which is break the recording 3 times and
Really
still
reckon
do
3
it.
times? Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, bye.
Bye.